And the last example I want to give you is a little bit futuristic. This is a project which looks forward, if forward is the right word, to a time when everybody has, in a classroom, there's something funny about this picture, by the way, has revolutionary technology of touch screens built into desks, but the desks are still arranged in the classroom as if it was the 19th century. So I'm not sure quite what the intention is of the SynergyNet project of using this graphic. But maybe we shouldn't have desks at all. But you can see where it's going, because now if you have an iPhone, you know exactly what a touch screen is. And you could imagine, couldn't you, a situation here. Imagine that the left-hand side is in Hong Kong and the right-hand side is in London. And you could imagine using the touch screen to push information backwards and forwards and so on. I have no idea yet what the implications of that will be. They're working extremely hard to get the technology to work, and they are simultaneously working on what the educational implications might be. You could say that maybe they're doing it the wrong way around. That maybe they should be clear of what the educational potential idea is before they get the technology to work. But actually, that's not quite fair, because often it's not until you have a technology in your hand that you begin to see what the educational potential actually could be, and therefore go back to the technology and revisit it and try to rebuild it. So, although it sounds cute, it sounds right. You should have a clear idea what your educational goal is before you design a technology. Everybody says that. But it's only partially true. You can't be clear about educational goals until you have at least a prototypical system at your disposal to help you think, and technology to think with, really. And the lesson that I want to leave you with is really an extension of that point, which is that we're not really talking, with those kind of technologies, with what you can imagine those technologies might prefigure, is completely rethinking what it means to collaborate. Just like the mobile phones led to us to completely rethink what it means to make a social engagement. Doesn't mean the same thing anymore, what it used to be. And the advent of word processors 30 or 40 years ago completely remade what it means to write. None of us write, those of us who are old enough can actually remember what it's like to write with a pen. But we don't write with a keyboard the same way as we write with a pen, and we won't write the same way when we have other input devices that are much more sensitive to us than the keyboard is. The keyboard is a transitory phenomenon which is going to be superseded not very long in the future. So I think collaboration, collaborative, computer-supported collaborative learning is a very, very well-researched area in the field of technology-enhanced learning. I'm sure it's the most researched. Many, many interesting research papers, many, many interesting research teams. And we have to recognize that this isn't simply a question of enhancing collaboration. This is a question of completely rethinking the nature of collaboration. For example, how do we assess collaboration? Assessment traditionally means finding out how the individual person gets to where they end up, which they might have got there because they were collaborating, but you're usually not interested in the collaborative outcome. Well, but you talk to the captains of industry, you talk to the people who are hiring and firing, and they'll tell you that what they really want is good collaborators. They want people who are part of the team, and they want the team to have an outcome. So we haven't even caught up with what industry demands, and I think this is going to be one of the most fruitful areas that we come to. Okay, I'm going to skip my final slide, forgive me, and just leave you with the URI. And it just leaves, but I'm quite keen that at least we have 5 or 6 minutes for questions. If you're really desperate to know what was on the last slide, I will tell you later. Thank you.